How many times have you went to a channel and seen a video about a knife like this Microtech DOC and fell in love with it, and then you go and you look everywhere to try and find that knife on sale, and you only find out later that it's discontinued? So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about 5 knives that have been discontinued that I think need to be brought back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of discontinued knives, like I said at the beginning, but we're going to vote on whether they should be brought back or nah, that's whack. You're going to vote in the comment section below. So let's get into it. So guys, there's a lot of knives on the market that have been discontinued, and a lot of them, there's a strong case in the community to bring them back because they were popular. So let's go ahead and we'll start cracking into some of these. We're going to start with the Microtech DOC. We're going to take a quick look at them. We'll give them a couple minutes each and show you, and you guys can make a decision as to bring it back or nah, that's whack. Knife edition. Yeah, I'm stealing it from Rhett and Link over at Good Mythical Morning. So let's start with the Microtech DOC and get all this other stuff out of the way. So this is the Microtech DOC. This is the knife that started this channel. This was the first knife we ever reviewed on this channel. It was a very rough video, but it is still one of my all-time favorite knives. I have completely refinished mine. I did black and red ceramic on it. You can see the ceramic starting to wear off. But this is an incredible knife done by a really well-known American-made company. It's one of my favorite knives I've ever owned. Had it since 2015. I always saw these on videos. Jim Skelton did a video about it. I fell in love with them. Still in love with it. This still gets a lot of pocket time. This knife was done in Elmax steel. It was done in Elmax steel with a compound nightmare grind. So you got a deeper, shallower grind here, and then a more robust tip at the front. It gives it a lot of facets, really cool look. It's the first knife I ever owned in a compound grind, and it's a very, very distinct compound grind. You can see the difference in the edge. In hand, super, super comfortable. It is one of the most ergonomic knives I've ever owned. The clip that has been redesigned, thanks to my friend Jim Skelton after the video he did. But this was a collaboration between Anthony Marfione and Mick Strider, and they did this through Microtech. Great flipper knife, external stop pins. All of the hardware is the proprietary hardware. I did have the tools for this to take it apart at one point. I have had 0 issues with this knife since I purchased it. Centering was beautiful. It is a big, bulky, beefy. It's a hatchet. It's a folding hatchet is what it is, but the grips are really comfortable. It had grip tape in here at one point. It got exposed to diesel fuel and some other things, and it just kind of wore out. I think it gives it a better look this way, but it is an incredibly nice knife. Nice frame lock, sub-frame lock folder here. And like I said, just a gorgeous knife that should never have been taken off the market. I would like to petition the world to say, hey, we need to bring this back just because it's so cool looking. So there's our first knife, the Microtech DOC. So vote in the comments below whether you think this should be brought back or nah, it's whack. The next knife series up is the Gunsite folders from Cold Steel. This was a super, super popular series of knives. It was a collaboration between Cold Steel and Gunsite Training Center. They were lockbacks, really robust knives. They were done pretty well. They're a good knife. They weren't super expensive, but these were an old school Cold Steel model that had been around for a long time and then got taken off the market. A lot of people loved them. They were done really well. I was not a fan of the serrations and stuff, but in hand, this is a very comfortable knife. You got a little bit of file work. It's production file work, but hey, who cares? The thumb studs on it were great. When they're cleaned up and nice, which this one obviously hasn't been, it's in for sharpening. It has had nothing done for it, but when they're cleaned up and nice, they are an incredibly well-made knife. These were done by Cold Steel in Japan. They were in, let me see if you've got the steel listed on it. I don't see the steel marked on this, but I mean, I'm sure I could look it up. These basically were replaced by the Voyager series, but the grip and everything on these is so much better. This is such a good knife. The finish on these knives coming out of the Cold Steel Japan factory was amazing. The handles were great and comfortable. It's just about perfect. The pocket clip was an interesting pocket clip. You've got this nice curvature to it, 3-point positioning, not at all wiggly or loose. The checkering on it was done with these triangles, intersecting triangles, that really is a good, comfortable grip. And then, like I said, just the finish on these blades for what they were is great. Like I said, this is in for cleanup and sharpening, but this is one I wanted to mention because I just, there's a lot of people that love these knives so much, and they just took them off the market. And typical of Cold Steel, they have, over the years, Cold Steel has definitely discontinued knives that a lot of people loved. They're hard to come by. They made a lot of them, but the fact is, these are still great knives. So there is number 2, the Cold Steel Gunsite folder series, not just this specific one. So like I said, vote down below, bring it back or nah, it's whack. The next one is any knife that the boys over at Farum Forge made in-house. This is the first production run that Elliot did in-house. He only did 100 of these. I have number 11. This is the Farum Forge Pretium. Listen to that, just hear it, listen to that. The reason I picked this one is it has the most striking sound of any of the Farum Forge knives that I own. This one was a gift to me from Elliot, but these things were amazing. They're in-house builds. Yeah, they were a little expensive. They were on the higher end side of knives, but look at how they came out. Now, I will say the black ceramic was all done by me under Elliot's tutelage, but these were so good. Any of the Farum Forge knives that you got that were in-house builds came with lifetime warranty. They were immaculate, crazy good knives, custom heat treats, things like this. This one is in Elmax and titanium. The action on these is always so good. This one's just shy of drop shut. They made so many good in-house models. I have 8 of them myself, and every one of them has its own unique feel and everything, but you still can go back and look at it and say, yeah, that definitely exemplifies a Farum Forge knife. I've never had an issue with any of my Farum Forges. That sound just every time I flip this knife. So good. Big stop pin back there. Rock solid, super good in hand. Elliot's typical, really effective jimping, but it's brought down into that thumb ramp and then all that rock pattern that's on this. There were so many little custom touches that they did on their knives that basically were Midtechs that you just don't see in knives today. So this is an entire thing. I know it's probably never going to happen again. We need to start talking to Elliot and see if we can get him to start doing some more in-house builds. But I love this knife, and it was a kind gift from a really good friend that I have the first production run of knives. Elliot actually did all the machining on this. So there you go. Anything made in-house or, Midtech style in-house from Elliot. Sorry about that, guys. My kid came out. She had something she had to ask me. So what I was saying is, yeah, all of these were always awesome. So what do you think? Bring it back or nah, that's whack? We can talk to Elliot. I'm friends. Maybe we can get him to start doing runs again. So there's that one. Vote your decision down below. Should we bring him back? Guys, I hate to interrupt the video because I know we're having fun, but I do have to do the YouTuber thing and remind you that this channel is self-sponsored with all the affiliate links and stuff you see down below. Anything from knives, tools, EDC gear, and Blade HQ, anything, all the Amazon links, they all support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything at checkout. So I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Now let's go back to the knives. The 4th discontinued knife that I think should be brought back, and you guys, this is nice because this is an interactive video, is the Wii 601. I love this knife. I've had it for a long time. This was the first Wii Knife Company knife I ever bought. I got to handle one of these. I fell in love with it, and it is incredible. Just listen to it. Sounds great. That sounds amazing. But not just sound and feel. You've got this big, beautiful blade with this unique grind. It's still really functional, even though it looks unusual. It's really functional, still very sharp up here. So what you've got is more akin to a true Japanese style tanto, where you don't really have a distal taper and you account for it on the grind. It comes up and then it just thins at the edge. Super sharp. And the thing that you get out of that is a very strong tip on this knife. You're not going to break that tip off. S35VN steel. You can see right in here. Where is it at? Right there. S35VN steel, titanium. And there is a lot of weight reduction in here. Action on this was always amazing. The handles look really futuristic, but the cool thing about it is it's not form over function. Still incredibly comfortable in hand. This is still one of my most carried knives. As you can tell, it's beat up, scratched up, and things like that. It still gets a lot of pocket time. It sounds amazing. Love that when it closes. Nice backspacer, hidden lanyard hole. They did use proprietary hardware at this time, so that might be a negative on it if you're looking for one on the secondary market, but you're not going to find a more comfortable, perfectly straight. This is more akin to a tactical knife than anything. Very, very comfortable in hand, really straight, but it still cuts so, so well. Wii Knife Company's S35VN, I've said for years, is some of the best on the market with their heat treat. This thing is ridiculously sharp and how well it holds an edge. Can be problematic to sharpen, but yeah, I definitely would like to see this one come back so that people can get their hands on it. You guys vote. Bring it back or nah, that's whack. Let's go to the next and last one. This last knife is the Wii Knife Company Incisor, yet another Wii Knife Company knife that needs to be brought back. And I know a lot of people want this to come back because I have several videos up about this knife, and every time people are like, wow, what knife is that? And then I get another comment going, crap, it's no longer available. This is the first karambit I've ever owned that I really, really like. Well, first karambit I've ever handled that I really like. The action on this is amazing. It does have a wave feature, all done in titanium. And I believe this is S35VN steel. I cannot remember. It should be marked on it somewhere. But yeah, this thing is yeah, there you go, S35VN. Right down there, tiny, tiny little print. The machining on this is just gorgeous. And it's done a lot like the 601, where it looks really futuristic, but it's super comfortable in both grips. The problem I have with a lot of karambits is they don't fit my hand. This absolutely fits comfortably. You still have the nice curved blade. It's very aggressive, predatory animal looking and intimidating. But besides that, all the other features of this knife are spot on. This wave feature works better than any of the wave features I've ever handled on any other karambit. Pocket clip is perfect. It sits just right to catch your pocket. The lockup on it is great. Even the flipping action on it is amazing if you choose to flip it. So unlike a lot of other karambits on the market, it does have a flipper that works really well. A lot of the other karambits, well, the only other really good karambits I've seen were a couple of the Fox ones, which are ground really thick, and the Emersons, which just lack the action that this has, plus they're uncomfortable in hand. This thing hits all the little bells and whistles. If you're into karambits, this is one you should be on the lookout for on the secondary market if you can find it. The grind on this, super thin, aggressive, and it is ridiculously sharp. This was post proprietary hardware, so everything on this is really easy to take apart and clean. You have their beautiful, typical, as seen on this as well, logo with the Wii Knife Company logo on the pivot. So yeah, these are great knives. Not only are they attractive, they're really functional. And if you're looking for a karambit for self-defense purposes, something reliable, this would be one I definitely would recommend. So there you go. That was 5 knives that I personally think should be brought back. But like I said, I want you guys to vote down below whether you think it should be brought back or nah, it's whack. So let's turn this around and do some final thoughts. So there you go, guys. There was 5 knives that I think should be brought back, but the vote is up to you down below whether maybe we'll petition these companies to see if we can get them brought back. It's a little bit different video. I had this in my head for a while that I kind of wanted to get you guys' take on some of these discontinued models that I had in my collection, or had access to through friends. So guys, that's it on this one. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why. I can't change it if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you got it set for all, and make sure you've got notifications turned on your device or you will not get notified of all the stuff that goes up. If you want to support the channel financially, there's a whole bunch of ways. The best ways you can do it is with the affiliate links down below. It's like sponsorship without having a sponsor. And there's a handful of them that can get you a discount. Doll Strong Knives, 10% discount on your order. Coffee Brand Coffee, which is the coffee I use here in the shop, 5% off your order. What else we got? Atlas VPN, which is the VPN I use here at the house for all of our devices. 80% off right now, so $44 for a 2-year subscription. And then there's Airfare Consolidator, which can save you up to 3% off overall on your order of airfare domestically here. But all of the affiliate links dramatically support the channel. When you check out, you don't get charged anything extra, especially the Amazon affiliate ones where you can go in and you can just do a bunch of shopping with any of the affiliate links. Other ways you can do it, membership down below. It is a tier-based membership. Everyone has access to the Gilded server. Baseline and premium tier guys are automatically entered into a giveaway that I do on the Gilded server. They have access to some limited content that is exclusive to them. And the premium tier guys have access to an entire sharpening tutorial series I've built here on YouTube that only they can access. And the final way is I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co, where you can pick up my merch or other creators' merchandise at a discount with my coupon code CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word. Saves 10% anywhere on Ember Shirt Co. Guys, that's it. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.